The US military said it struck another boat suspected of smuggling drugs in international waters in the Eastern Pacific Ocean on Monday, killing one person. Previously, the Trump administration has said the strikes were meant to stop the flow of drugs into the US and increase pressure on Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. The strikes brought the total death toll to 105 across 29 operations since September, when the Trump administration began targeting vessels it claims are operated by designated terrorist organizations. Some critics argue that the use of lethal force in international waters without due process amounts to extrajudicial killings.
It's beautiful. It's the first.
U.S. President Donald Trump unveiled a new battleship, the first of the nation's newly announced Golden Fleet. The U.S. leader, who said the country is in desperate need of new ships, called the fleet after himself, the Trump class of battleships.
As you know, we're desperately in need of ships. Our ships are... Some of them have gotten old and tired and obsolete, and we're going to go the exact opposite direction.
The battleship called the USS Defiant has been compared to the USS Iowa.
For the Navy
the vessel will weigh between 30,000 to 40,000 tons, significantly less than the weight of the Iowa. However, Trump said it would be larger and faster.
We used to build battleship ever built. So if you look at the Iowa, the Missouri, Wisconsin, Alabama, and others, but they were similar in size, some a little bit bigger than the others, but if you take the biggest one, it's 100 times more powerful.
The battleship will be equipped with hypersonic missiles, nuclear cruise missiles, railguns, and high-powered lasers, technologies that are all still at various stages of development by the Navy.
In overnight attacks, Russia struck energy facilities across 5 Ukrainian regions as Ukraine's armed forces registered a total of 86 drones launched over the country. The targeted regions include Zaporizhzhia, Donetsk and Odessa, with significant damage to 2 of its energy facilities, where 1 person was injured. In Drukskivka, in the Donetsk region, 1 resident recounts what it is like to live under daily shelling.
У мене в сина є однокімнатна квартира в Харкові. Я там побула 3 дні і приїхала назад, тому що там пекло таке, як і тут. Ну, як? От у нас риночок, магазини тут поблизу магазинів немає. На ринок, ну, як сказати грубо, перебіжками. Прибігли, щось там, список у тебе є, купили і назад додому.
The central city of Kryvyi was also struck. Following the attacks, residents came out to assess the damage to their homes and clear debris. 26 drones struck 12 locations across Ukraine, while authorities said 58 of them were either shot down or jammed. Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces struck an oil terminal, an ammunition depot and a launch site for attack drones inside Russian territory.
Four men were arrested following an opposition rally in the Albanian capital Tirana on Monday. Protesters had gathered at the office of Prime Minister Edi Rama to protest against his government, throwing Molotov cocktails at the building. One of their demands is the resignation of Deputy Prime Minister Belinda Baluku, who was charged by prosecutors for alleged corruption.
Nga I cili po largohen bijat e saj se nuk I besojnë më.
Suedi ka pojë. Pushteti ka trajtuar kundërshtarin politik si në Bielorusi. Burgosja liderit historik.
The opposition Democratic Party of Albania accused the governing Socialist Party of election fraud and the erosion of democracy in the country, issues they have been protesting for months.
Several people were injured after an explosion at a chemical plant near Lyon on Monday. 4 workers at the Elcam Silicon site in Saint-Fond were hurt, 3 of them seriously. The prefecture activated emergency plans and ordered residents to stay indoors, but said there is no risk of toxicity to the population. A major response was deployed with over 100 firefighters battling the blaze at the Seveso classified facility. The fire is now under control with no missing persons reported.
French President Emmanuel Macron has confirmed the launch of a new aircraft carrier that will replace the Charles de Gaulle on Sunday, speaking to French troops in Abu Dhabi. Macron said France must be feared and strong at sea, which is why the decision to equip France with the new nuclear carrier was made.
Ce nouveau porte-avions sera l'illustration de la puissance de notre nation, puissance de l'industrie, de la technique, puissance au service de la liberté sur les mers et dans les remous du temps.
It is expected to be in service by 2038. The old carrier has been in service since 2001 and is designed to last about 40 years. Capable of carrying 30 jets and costing 10 billion euros, it will be Europe's largest warship backed by 800 firms. France's military currently consists of around 200,000 active personnel and over 40,000 reservists, making it the second largest in the European Union.
The number 79,432 was the lucky number in the Spanish Christmas lottery extraordinary draw. The prize is 4 million euros per series worth, with each ticket winning its holder 400,000 euros. Winning tickets were sold in 3 towns in the province of León, a province severely affected by wildfires earlier this year, as well as in the city of Madrid. A small football club sold dozens of award-winning tickets and brought millions of euros to its province.
La verdad que es una alegría para toda la zona por todos los incendios que ha habido y los problemas, la verdad que sí.
La verdad es que muy contentos y bueno, disfrutando de este momento con toda la gente que además estamos trabajando habitualmente.
The Spanish Christmas lottery takes place every 22nd of December and is the world's largest in terms of total prize money. 70% of ticket sales are awarded as prizes, amounting to approximately 2.7 billion euros in 2025. 198 million tickets have been put on sale this year. Each ticket costs 20 euros.
Pope Leo XIV kindly urged Vatican cardinals on Monday to set aside personal ambitions and power struggles. In his Christmas address to the Roman Curia, the American pontiff asked if true friendship is possible among Vatican bureaucrats.
Quando magari dopo tanti anni spesi al servizio della Curia, notiamo con delusione che alcune dinamiche legate all'esercizio del potere, alla smania del primeggiare, alla cura dei propri interessi, non stentano a cambiare. E ci si chiede, è possibile essere amici nella Curia romana?
The Curia is the central administrative body of the Catholic Church, headquartered in Vatican City, that assists the Pope in governing. And Pope Leo XIV followed his predecessor's tradition of using the occasion to criticize this administration's shortcomings, but without the sharper tone employed by Pope Francis. He called for genuine support in which masks fall away and no one is sidelined or used. The Pope stressed building communion in a world wounded by discord, violence and digitally fueled anger. The change in tone is seen as an effort to build unity after Pope Francis's sometimes divisive 12-year papacy.
Oggi non dobbiamo parlare di lavoro.
Deep Chambarca's big dream seems to be shattered. Instead of graduating, he is facing deportation. The 25-year-old came to Berlin from India as a master's student. He has been studying business management at the private international university for over a year, but then he received a letter asking him to leave the country.
I was really surprised to have it because in my case, I didn't do anything wrong. I came here as a student. I came here to study. I came here for a better future.
Studying, meeting friends, all that will soon be a thing of the past. The responsible authority suddenly no longer recognizes the IU sufficiently. His visa and those of around 300 other Indian students will not be extended, Deep tells us.
Basically, this thing started this year from the month of March. They started deporting students because they consider the course that IU offers is a distance learning course. I think this was because the university didn't launch or offered their courses or didn't have the proper accreditation of the courses which they were supposed to have.
The argument, IU is not sufficiently equipped for face-to-face teaching. Nevertheless, until recently, IU attracted students with videos abroad. It advertises a typical German student life and the prospect of jobs in Europe. Instead, Deep is now stuck with a student loan of 20,000 euros that he contracted in India. IU would not refund the money, despite the fact that Deep's past exams seems to be worthless, as other universities would not recognize them. Deep tells Euronews.
I'm kind of surprised and sad about it, but unfortunately things don't work out how I wanted it, and it's kind of tough to face all the situation mentally and physically. There are a lot of private universities here in Berlin, and IU is the only one that is having problems with the visa right now, and the students are suffering a lot because of it.
Deep has lodged an appeal against his deportation, but he has little hope. IU said it regretted that students were asked to leave the country. The responsible authority had changed its procedure without informing the university.
Während meiner Recherche habe ich auch mit anderen indischen IU-Studenten gesprochen. Zum Beispiel mit einem Studenten, der in Indien ist und das erste Jahr bereits online absolviert hat. Er sollte jetzt eigentlich nach Berlin kommen, um den Rest zu machen, aber bekommt kein Visum. Ein anderer Student hier in Berlin berichtet von Suizidgedanken, weil er abgeschoben werden soll. Laura Fleischmann aus Berlin für Euronews.